Well, yes, I was saying more Aquaba, na Chia also wajibu agusu here 1760 text message line. Ebra associated in mu ebro ma yemfa a special wish and koma a year about Theresa Asantua or Islamic High School. Chia on pay Theresa Asantua Islamic Senior Islamic High School. So also na pato. Na me aduma echina also wanya hokani watachiman pato or a multimedia Asempa FM to be precise on our na me aduma echina also wanya hokani ono also then you could dijuma kwanso kusokra. That is the beginning of life. Welcome to the family. Alaji for me never catch you. There are some restrictions, but it's sweet. It favors you at the end of the day. The big pato, that is for you. Rap team in Abakwako Taiwachi. But on the wings of Super Septic, and I feel lucky about my member, Kamal Dean Abdullah, National Nasara Coordinator for the New Patriotic Party, Akwaba, na memani New Bema, so Alhaji Halidu Haruna, and also a guru, a member of the communication team, NDC, Akwaba. Before, assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam. Na afiwaka inwaka ila sababu sum
wa rahmatullahi ta'ala
wa barakatuh. All right, okay. So but bokodie
nyame adum nyame odi acheye.
Okay.
Na sorry no enura sabi yanti asamde me colleagues me nu any me sister Fred Agbonyo, the NDC Deputy Communication Director, Neyiri Papa, ne in-law, Ephraim Enura.
Oh, sorry.
Any me former chairman, constituency chairman, Ablikuma Central, Nusu Neba, na ene na omeko akosi no. Oh. Na ni said na Temakulu Atienu, the Maslok Chief Executive Su, ni sister Ephraim.
Oh.
May extend my condolence to all of them. Na me pa say ombenya hawodi na omuntumi hwe na omunhwe niama ombeye ebedu time I wait me asi sanipano. But I want to encourage them say omunfa omujidi onto nyamiso enuna eye the most critical and important
constituency boko. That's Ablikuma Central. Honawo. Any intent to go this time around? Well, last time another report about
politics there. Politics, sometimes you are in politics to serve. Obia one motive, obia one ambition, motivated by probably a motive. Now, sometimes the motive can be negative, sometimes it can be positive. My motive say Sabio, I hate to see people deprived, I hate to see people in difficulties, and based on that, I've always been moved to come to the aid of the people. And certainly, from my background, somebody who lost their mother at a very younger age, me mami, and the struggler my form etimi ene yakupo Adom. Metime nya kwan etina fidie se na mikasama Ghana for na ebimu eti certainly you have no any other way of thanking God than serving the people who are below you. So say nyakupon on say to me ewo nyakupon sa na say edu time a party mranu makwan say yen that is the time a ebia me own analysis make sure say would it actually worth it to go. Sometimes it also depends on the people. There are situations where nipa bebre feel say bia omotumawa because of the conduct of others, Among the genuine ones are really struggling and suffering. Genuine commitment say person will serve, and myself will struggle. But as we speak now, party mranu emma kwan say Selby uka say obeya na unye bia omuni say me destiny ehye Nyankopon sa na undetermined the focus and a path met me afa and I believe strongly say do that time na Nyankopon e decide say obema me sa adwenu say yen ya me di betuja amam.
Come on.
Omayene.
MPP mu ti say.
Eguso.
Nasara National. Nyome ko say.
Neme ko yie. Eguso kakrakra boaboa ye ho. San synthesize Ghana for say no kwanya minimni. Say ne amambo no ko yie no. O say yes omonka hu say party bi wo honoma edwena omo ho. Party bi wo honoma enyina ye ready. Any said you who said 10 biano, it menya power. A nipano ho nebedwene. And I nipano ho juma nebeye. I will make sure say no be kuye. Na ma memfa kunya nso ana pay na menchia. Mo nyina mo media mo ene a World Radio Day. A very important ma Ghana ni bia because nipa ofa ho die efa freedom of speech ho very necessary. I know more radio so if you're more radio so to say a joy and a peace. Name all the radio stations in Ghana and they are omoda and now mude. I was say much a chamonina. O my and monina moka home. Sometime Juma moye yen chiamoka. Brana mobre, a chiamoka crana, a hiana modicofie. You would have to burn the midnight candle to do research. You would have to come early enough to sit on radio and sit on TV to educate and inform the people. When you know your bomb send your coupon on Shamode, don't push them higher than wherever you want to be. I make a crass. I'm saying the pay cry one of the items I have I make a crass. You will be near because information there, who here and now exciting information to ask questions to be able to get the answers. No. And you're easy. And you'll be on the bench tolerance. No, but my bomb pie say you know tolerance. No, then you queen him. Let me push more media for no. Let me queen him. I wish all of you
straight into our discussion. Kamal Dean Abdullah, National Nasara Coordinator for the New Patriotic Party, Anafe Alaji Alidu Aruna on our trans and aiding come 1760 or text message line. But quickly, my main call said People's Choice Awards. No, Nanaya Brefo. O text yako 1446 1446. The message is CH, no space. Now they call Nanaya Brefo. CH and then you space. Now they call Nanaya Brefo. Oko radio side and so Ekuma Mama Zimbi to CH Ekuma Mama Zimbi 1446 1446. Any People's Choice Awards no. And I said CH Patrick Osei Ajiman, aka Songo. Patrick Osei Ajiman, aka Songo. Now they call 1446. Now if in the crack on the Fiapukia, CH Fiapukia, CH Fiapukia. Now they call 1446. People's Choice Awards. In him hour, Bibiada, Moso Yimunamudin Kunimbi, in I boom near the brain. Yeah, Jed said this time around, you know, Mobile sign Aye Amaye. MRF People's Choice Awards. Ekuma Mamazimbe, Efia Pokuya, and Afe Patrick Osei Ajiman. You don't have friend Songo, Odi CH, Libidu Bia Nimkai, Nafi 1446. Nafi Nanaya Brefo CH, and also television side, no. CH Nanaya Brefo, Nanaya Brefo, now they call 1446. Monko no more, Nan couldn't be in Yenina Yadia, and fast like I say. Emma trade up for Yankopo anyway. But obviously, you didn't come on the audio and say, they bring 1760. You better super septic for us, and have a Lucky Herbal Clinic. When I say, I say, Bribia, that a Jordan Copy Fiadano, their far and Pensimu, a man who quine, meet with the adventure near to a Cassiani, Nina, and say a percent Ghana, it will conquer na impuntu, and so a Juman, and the past it me, dear, so it meets now, you know, a home como. Ana aya edi ewo impese no lucky about see ade bia da ne kran call down see bia de kodem mo mebo our kwanese nyina so o fresh our numbers we are 0243201244 ana 0242758231 only Dr. Noble Stephen Yeboah Jr. ana nkasa yade bia da ne kran call down so no lucky about for ebebo o de wani kire gomo kwa ogwa kromu homo kaso nyina do kwa no so Kanishi first line, Kumasi Abepo Junction, Takrade, and Crawford Junction, Shuyana Besim Kwana Sukufruja, Old Estate, Namia Adom, One crab for crowd time community 2. One in a Canadian Adom FM and a Ben ye pass. Also now, and Kabia, a will fee, a restaurant, a office, Bia Woody Jumasrum could be on a super septic about say to us here, Precope Ediama. The only organic product it's for the treatment of human solid waste. And then super septic. A more constant, a sachet interfere, and tatia, and once nasecra. It reduces your septic tank pit levels and BBID go Jana BMO. Na emanintimi enyema entem. Anapo Pibiata, Natural Organics Limited on Chroma Circle, Veridian Shop or Makola Mall, or said that the enterprise, our Veno Junction next to see Woman. And that's a friend numbers with 057-589-1266 and our 0244-089-159 and our 020-897-3667. Now only super septic for Enkasa. Now be our one a hunting fry. Well, Manager, a playback of that interaction with Captain Smart and Afia Pokuya relating to Sector Minister Youth and Sports, Mahama Yariga, so that we are able to just join it with your topic for discussion. The pros and cons. The minister was positive in his response to the Oboni Century. The level of arrogance and impunity was just too much, or way above average. How do you see it? Assembly potting, not the person. Now, yetimi discuss it just to make sure. So if you get the office of a public officer, some of the do's and don'ts, void of partisanship, because almost all political parties, this character and attitudes, and sometimes off no eba. Ebinu so di fobo no ama yen de Oboni Century adwuma no se du ba bia ensem ni bia yebusa ni nneoma ni bia ehwehwia ekofa ba no edu ba bia na ahomte na asefem na ahodwiri won so nte ase pa wo de AC nyina mu no ene de manajwa. Okay, so yente ya enu abema Captain Smart and Afia Pokuya interaction with the minister Yababaka Alhaji Alidu ebeto aso e de aman.
I don't report to you. I report to the Auditor General and I report to Parliament. And then when I report to them, you also get the information through those sources. So if I say I'll put out the report, I mean to, by law, who should get the report? Not you. Every journalist will get a copy of the information, just as you have already got it and it's on your desk. So it's for you to discuss it. Not to call me again and ask me to repeat on your radio what I went and said in Parliament this morning. I sent
Honorable Elder, haven't you heard statements being made on the floor that later members of Parliament have come to say that they've been
Can you just take us through how much money was spent on the tournament?
Did you get a copy of what I presented to Parliament?
Yes, I heard that there was $4 million and 3 million Ghana cedis.
So what is your problem? Why do you want me to repeat it again on your radio? You have it. You read it publicly. Everybody heard it. Why I should repeat it again? Because I don't have an obligation to come out with my budget publicly. I don't. There's no law in this country that says that. So please, if you don't know, learn how administration is done, public administration. If you want to listen to you on radio, I feel sad because you don't even understand how budgeting is done. And yet you all want to discuss something you don't know.
Private legal practitioner, lawyer Akoto Ampewechemwa, Honorable Sports Minister Mahama Yariga Atua for Manchester New York Canada, Enya de fa kwemokru.
The minister ought to know that he's not there as a minister in his own right. He's there as a minister for and on behalf of the people of Ghana. And indeed, the constitution of our country, in the very first article and first clause, says that the sovereignty of Ghana resides in the people of Ghana, in whose name and for whose welfare the powers of government are to be exercised in a manner consistent with the provisions of the Constitution. So the powers of government that is exercising are on behalf of the people of Ghana and for their welfare. He's not a minister for himself. So he cannot tell any Ghanaian that he has no obligation to tell us how much was spent and on what the monies were spent in the African Cup of Nations.
So we are back. Mamenka was our text message line 1760 Fabrain. Now, Enjibre and King Kabalaji, I'm sure what these responses now tie into what we are discussing. AFCON budget journalists are asking me useless questions in quote. Mahama Yariga.
In 1992, now that time we were PNDC Abayim. Under the PNDC, the committee be by say committee no corons. Now unko bisa Ghana for adwin. Enfa the system of governance ye pese ye running as a country. Committee no corons the report by sa abayin military government tum say democratic governance na yedi be practice ewo Ghana. Practicing democratic governance your principles are a follow and any democracy enanti. Now our principles include transparency, good governance, and ensuring that institutions of states are allowed to work effectively to ensure accountability. Now, me as a Ghanaian, na maja tum say kabima kabia abaya edibeye jumano. Mas ana me responsibility say me make sure say me pronouncement, me conduct, me utterances will be treated towards ensuring those principles of those democratic principles. Your institutions of state, the to me ashe omunsa say ministries, departments, agencies, almost spending sika. Sa institutions na beba at the end of the year. Beba beshwe. Say sikanu ya use sikanu year na say institution no yes ajumanu. You see, institution no decide karata no beko akoma nipa ye ya to abamomo say omunko parliament because ye ina ntimi nko parliament eko bisa minister of state question ye di paper no beko akoma omu na omu so betinasi ombe ye nhwehwemu abisa asem areas abia auditor general no raise questions no nipa sa question no fa no so no ye be frɛ no na onu so be ya no we are now if there is any evidence say nipa no sabio o ma misuse Ghana sika no a kire kwan a ye betimi afa so o ma ni as a country before the beginning of every year no the Minister of Finance on behalf of the President or co-parliament eco presenti what we call budget. Say or presenti budget no ma parliament no. In ministries bia operating under the executive no. Ya manuska say from 2000 and January 2015 to December 2015 sika say ya di ma o say obe yusu. Now say in the process of using the money no. Now the same group of people are oma approve ama otumi say obetimi ayusu sika no. Na u yusu sika no ombeka che o say debi before obe yusu sika no enyan say obe back aka kire say sika say a me pese me yusu ayese me ntia say o because uma me sa to me need that. And I'm speaking in respect of the demand being made before AFCON. Say, Minister Numbra, no mbe catch the amount.
When for the demand is that?
Niti minority spokesperson on youth and sports. Esiama. Niti no. And I don't understand. Minti here.
So minister then be book with demand.
Or say before I ever call AFCON no. Now, almost expect to say minister no the budget to no be ba. parliament ebe catch you. You have already given the authorization say sikanu obetimi ayusu.
How?
Approval of budget, the entire budget, the component of Ministry of Youth and Sports or more finance, yama approval. Won't you say? Ministry of Youth and Sports or Musika was approved by Parliament.
But you know, breakdown no, our Ministry of Youth and Sports on them, and you would are allowed to purposely for a year this tournament AFCON. So probably it is just putting in a reminder say what we have discussed, even though it's agreed on, just come and refresh memories and let us know. Listen, say approve, say Monko spend X, Y, Z. Area. We don't have a challenge. So it is only fair. So say, and especially watch where probity, accountability, and integrity are watch words. You should not have a challenge coming out openly and telling
nobody has a challenge, and the minister never hide those things. In fact, after the AFCON, any minister no call parliament. But I'm talking about say prior to the project, almost say Fabra. And no minti asero.
But who be sit down and say how much is it going to cost me because it's representing the interest of Ghana. The Ghana for United say you could see 4 classroom block ewo Ablekuma West constituency. Ebe cost to 6 million cedis. We have all agreed to that. During construction time, there are emergencies being extra cost. Because we have agreed, also have a table per extra cost. I don't think there will be that much of a challenge. But you leave us in the dark.
No, listen. All say uko na uko jilo. Say uko jilo, we are buying na uko jilo na. Ejuma kura upe se udi sansi kanu yenu. Ube catch your parliament for. Ube chwe. Aka say sikanu mi dibe A, B, C, D. And sana parliament betinasi ashe whether those projects are all kanu in here. And sana ombe mau approval. Omuma usa approval no. It means that omuma authorized say ubetime akọ Jesus kanu na ube yusu. Na what Jesus kanu na ube yusu a na obi ewo parliament abeka to say na sikanu ba no for bra. But treachery at the time already you have even shown them before even they approve.
But what is wrong with that?
No,
come on. What is wrong with that?
You see, that's what I'm saying that. All say, me say me cost spendi, me spendi here, and I do not think that Auditor General, as mandated by law, bet me abba or office, even though has that authority. Before you spend, Becca say me be audit you. You spend before you are audited.
So you think
you are not audited before you spend.
So you think that the money should be spent before it's audited?
So that is why I have a problem with the call by those people say move for. And again, secondly, yeah, competition. Competition, yeah, it hinges on so many things. Psychological. Sometimes the boys need some attention. Now, who kobo bola? Now who hear attention? No, your boy didn't say who Jessica say. Now you discuss you. Sometimes it sidetrack you. It takes you away from that, and it creates so much tension. And the minister is saying, "Look, why don't you focus on sanctioning the young men? Let them go and commit themselves and play for the good of our country. Omuye say we are. I'll come back to you and answer. You about manipa. You see, our action is just confirming say yenjin di ana yenji di ewo members of parliament.
But say we will be painting that the member extension to members of parliament. Your hand member extension to members. Probably the immediate part example that can be given here in a witness in Brazil. Because everybody is saying that because we take a decision, I took this initiative. So no, but I'm saying we
Brazil
went without a plan.
There was a plan.
It's like the country. It's like we went without a plan because excesses, and some of the things now, you demonstrated love for the country, patriotism was not there. It was just taking advantage of a situation. Even not the real people are more sacrificed to bring that glory to Ghana. But people around, taking advantage of situations to just milk Ghana. That is the concern.
I thought that Brazil situation, no, every year quite na yensuya minister no was a free Brazil situation.
Good. Tell me why.
Osuya a free Brazil situation, and you know what can say. Brazil commissioner yes set it up. No, it raises serious questions about certain components of the budget. Those components are Brazil commission raise or no or making sure say those components and feature in the budget. And yesterday I heard him challenging most of the media houses say, go back and check all the AFCON budget and compare with mine. The lowest ever. Say who call now the Ebiba NASA budget lower than Maya. Engage me in conversation.
It doesn't make any difference. It's like the NDC telling MPP that they should shut up when it comes to matters of energy. Who is in power? Who is in control? So it means that he's managing the situation well. Why then do you have a problem telling us what the situation is like?
Exactly. It's not that our problem. Why ye adia mranu manu kwan say onye. Inti na me ka say ya jatum say ye democracy. Yemma say you better follow the principles too. It is not wrong for media people to want to find out, but in doing so, no, the media person no. Before ube free minister no, anka ube ko akoye nshishum to yes to research all other AFCONs. Now, free minister no now winning minister no kasa, then you'll be able to refer say, oh, in 1992. Senegal, no.
This was the budget.
This was the budget. This was a component.
94, 96,
but component I would buy you won't say we anyhow. Then you will be making you see you are adding value to the thing. But the situation where you only take his own and there's no any basis of comparison and you subject him. But look, let me say this. Sometimes you know people become emotional. Say omo committee omo kum Omaye Juma Omaino. And the only gratitude ye mo say ye frau ewi ana ebia udiska sikadidie and because of the emphasis on sikadidie because of that you know that emphasis you know it puts the individual
in a specific
light. And also, he has the right to defend himself. I would have wished, sir, that Abia he would have controlled his temper. But I tell you, say Mia Abia may worse than that. As I say, look, it's painful, very very painful.
You will say useless questions, Anna.
Oh, honestly speaking, some of the questions you know there, but I believe strongly say Obi bisa me useless question. Me before I remember said to know, me make a reference to a question a journalist be bisa me. Time I'm here spokesperson man Hajj committee. Now last flight I had problems. Now my penny or two coin or cancel on the trip. Now I mean the journalist in A beside me say Argentina president be cancel the trip because of Nipa Oman Timan call Hajj. Maybe some journalist in say on an AD or my penny to her.
You ain't Ghana for.
So say Ghana ni wo problem. Any duty, any responsibility, say onshare 90 results.
So what was wrong with the question of journalist? So why should the president leave a trip or Ghana? So now, when there are people is mandated to take care of those people.
Sometimes leadership is key. Leadership, intina ye leader. The leader is supposed to inspire confidence and courage into the people. Now, we are leader. Sometimes even in your own house, me wo fi my fifi me yiri or a leader but I'm the superior in terms of
the power you carry.
The power I carry, and when there's a problem, I must step in and ensure that I sanitize the situation. It is only a weak leader who, when his people are in difficulty, and I'm telling you, the current president, or a man, Papa, or a Bema, because look at ever since he assumed, strike, he just from one problem to another, he takes his time and then resolve it. I just want to encourage Mama Yarga.
Okay.
In as much as people would bash you, these are hazards of the worker. Sometimes deep down your heart, because to me be wakuma na nipa be hu their own. So sometimes people will just believe based on assumption. Others will also say, well, I believed him. You cannot open for people to see the true commitment at war. So sometimes based on that commitment at war wakuma who can
you shoot up.
You shoot up because you think, why are people doing this? And you can't understand. Right. But that is human nature.
Okay.
So, Mr. Renu, sometimes it's good because of the nature of the political environment, the way a bimusu a twisty, and the opposition is likely to take advantage of it. So sometimes let's be cautious for the sake of your grouper, your own.
All right.
Now, Yama Ghana who said we are not intoxicated with power.
Come on.
Odi omahene mesre pa emena menua etimenye yi mo samre no na yen nya botre entimi empese mu na ma Ghanaians omo watch yen amati ase yi menua leader kasa pa na medi ne ho ya papa na pe utia akuto apa lawyer na mo interview o kan bibi or say the sovereignty of this country depends on we the people. Na yefa no kran to nche. Emra na yedi embu Ghana man no. Ono ankasa kacha say setting up committee no mo call round e be ka say per democracy na constitution no. Ono na kan. Emra na ankasa maye to me be as a people. Say parliament wo ho, legislature wo ho, executive wo ho. Apart from all these people, no, yeah, as a people, they bet match you one about so I catch obia say, Nemoya no enye. A man may acquaintance. It is so beat your honor, I can say, yeah, ye parliamentarians or moment na parliament. And a democracy, the debate juma. Into Yama parliament, and questions uncle for no quan. Emia, a hammer. Name de say, on one casancasa or casino, or say, problem, journalists be bisana, some say. I didn't know Oman I cancel the trip. And I'm say, be mind to Manco Harding. You know, say, Nanyanko phone to Abamano. Into some more problem on to mammy home. So, na young Casanca Jessica, Yamasa, young Conco, Afcon, you were right. You were to me as a people to help. I mean, I don't know whether he knows the fourth frame of estate, a media. I'm worried that in practice, procedure of governance in this country, no, media no crown can say more almost on special area, but by de facto, no, and now by convention, no, you say, we three executive arm of governments now, then arms of government now, then the media follows to be the fourth. Clearly, Article 162 of the Ghanaian Constitution, actually say the freedom of press, no, is very imperative to our development. And there's a media beside questioner. Say, what miss out on it? So why you are no ama journalist bia na ebia you no na we are no man no. Also say beside some questioner. Nya but train say you no.
But the same answer. Sometimes the questions very relevant. Very unnecessary. You see, it doesn't matter. It takes a stupid answer to get a very reasonable, a stupid question to get a reasonable answer. Expose the ignorance of the journalists. Simple. We be so assembly saying, don't you think it's this and that and that? Oh, why didn't you do this? He will not ask you any stupid question again. Granted, it was even a stupid question, Obisai. For Nyansa, nature say, so Queen Jumayi. But memma away enfu. Men catch and say, I dey one hook document made in my parliament nana. Now when I identity was beside me. By occupying the office, public office, it makes you a different human being.
And American. You see, sometime no, ye the entity I will fee a public office more. If you don't want to be a public figure, then you ought not to have gone into it at all.
But it doesn't also mean that the other side
absolutely
it does
not. It does not. But see, once I was from a politician, what from a public officer, we a minister, I had the sika, me I met he, Messica and Choka, Messica and Edema of full plane, Equaba, up and down. I leave the second Eddie Mount, or my and Sika Kahon, then not indirect taxes and taxes against you, and Eddie show. Until I have the duty to excite information. Any honorable Ayergamuneka say right to information bill. Tell me information minister no. They are fighting to get right to information bill in place. Ne right to information bill no unim ne de beba. Any crying young man put a bizarre question concerning AFCON Wufu. Right to information bill no a passing we crana any government to cry abobi. Because let man walk to your office at any given moment and tell you, me per document, me per way, per the law. And you are one of the advocates of right to information bill. And then a very harmless question that they ask you, how much money did you spend on this? Then you cheekily answer, say, didn't you hear what I presented to government?
But that is the case.
Absolutely. Then the person says, yes. Why are you asking me again? I am asking for reiteration. Simple. Maybe the audience who are listening to my radio station have not gotten the preview to get to the documents that is in Parliament. I as a journalist, no me bisa question is a main and main person may educate you
for my audience.
I am educating the populace and the masses. That is what the minister ought to know. One more point, you know. See, I'm worried that at the end of the day, he could not control his temper. Listening to what I heard and then viewing whatever I've seen.
Now, what is so strange about response on the mind? No, what's so strange about response on the mind?
A lot. First of all, it is rude. It is rude. To the very highest degree to have dropped a telephone on somebody.
Well, let us watch the clip again. Now, because the script for the man, I don't see baby or the rude new free, but I will. Now, if we will be able to. Let us see what the minister said and how he acted.
I report to the Auditor General and I report to Parliament. And then when I report to them, you also get the information through those sources. So if I say I'll put out the report, I mean to, by law, who should get the report? Not you. Every journalist will get a copy of the information, just as you have already got it and it's on your desk. So it's for you to discuss it. Not to call me again and ask me to repeat on your radio what I went and said in Parliament this morning.
Okay.
On the floor that later members of Parliament have come to say that they've been.
Can you just take us through how much money we spent on the tournament?
Did you get a copy of what I presented to Parliament?
$4 million and 3 million Ghana cedis.
So, what is your problem? Why do you want me to repeat it again on your radio? You have it. You read it publicly. Everybody heard it. Why I should repeat it again? Because I don't have an obligation to come out with my budget publicly. I don't. There's no law in this country that says that. So please, if you don't know, learn how administration is done, public administration. When I listen to you on radio, I feel sad because you don't even understand how budgeting is done. And yet you all want to discuss something you don't know.
Private legal practitioner, lawyer Akoto Ampe Wechiremua, Honorable Sports Minister Mahama Yariga Atwa.
So come on. What is wrong with what the accusation?
Clearly,
what is wrong?
I was telling you, sir, it is rude. In fact, very rude. And it is impudence at its highest level to drop a telephone on somebody. Disrespect. Strongly. You see, what politics more? Me nipa ubitimufu. But young more than and he said, you with my hair temperament. And also be boy a palm. Now, my main second issue. So, say, Parliament, and or reporting ma, any Auditor General, and or reporting ma. Many at now handle a analogy be. The entire budget that was given to Ministry of Sports, per the budget, I know, was allocation when about 36 million Ghana cedis. 36 million Ghana cedis. And now, 36 million idea amount. Say be a program the air bar, a special program say AFCON. Indeed, you are going to present a budget out of it, all things being equal because sky idea amount no. And I'm nipa na also among 2 million ubedi say sikano a Parliament. Ye free from Parliament a request here, in fact, especially minority. By 20th of December, a catcher say AFCON na mo kono. And she shall na mo di to preparation mo ye. Sika mo bedini na ade no mumma be fidie per the law no ye na ema uskase ko spend but ma hu how much are you spending on AFCON and I can say one can provide mu ka say mu be provide information among you promise that because you know it is within the law to do that mo anye and my brother is questioning saying why should we question or try to tell them so I'm going to present the budget and sign an offer. I am saying no. Wait a minute. You don't spend an account for it. You don't understand how it works. When you are going into a particular tournament, Parliament has already made some allocation to you per the budget. 36 million American. Out of your second idea, saying I will do a day we, but catch a very important. So that in case you need more, we may be able to work out to see whether you need more or you don't need more. In case there are excesses we think in our wisdom, because we represent the people. The Becca said, there be way there, and come here and say, we and say, Kabeboy, name to me call. Giving, coming at the back, coming from this Brazil, the SC Brazil, experience, young persons are no money, ever since it is only proper. And the minister can say, come providing information. Oh, my, and to sit here and question, say, why should we question the preparation and the expenditure first and before it's spent? It's neither here nor there. It's supposed to have been within it. In any case, if you say you are answerable to Parliament, you are answerable to the Auditor General, okay? It's pathetic. You are also equally answerable to the public. You are. And Chebia, who say Ebimokotina Brazil Commission, they were crying. Really? Because what ought to have been done, maybe they didn't do it. Posterity came to judge them. Now, while we are minister and wouldn't you have learned, or wouldn't you have learned from the past and say, Debbie, to keep a transparent administration? No. Don't go for any bizarre. It doesn't matter. They are representing the people. Let's go and give it to them before I go. Me explain that. But say anything. Oh, everybody is clear in his mind. And now, half of the budget to the Ministry of Sports has been spent on the AFCON. Half of the budget of 36 million has been spent on AFCON alone. How much money are we going to use to get at least some development of sports in our districts? Development of sports in our communities? How much has gone into it? Because if I use half for AFCON alone, one point, So if someone says that in your preparation, come and present a year, Nipano on campaign, normal. It's just normal that we try to do checks and balances. Again, in government, executive is checked by legislature. Legislature as well is checked by the judiciary. It is not out of place. Say, maybe the parliament. I'm a ranking member of sports and committee or youth and sports. Maybe say, oh, speaker, in Kaya minister, we may say, MIA, and I'm say, there is nothing wrong with it. It's within the procedure, and the minister, I'm waiting for the minister who come and tell me, say, it is not within the procedure for a request to come from parliament for such a preparation to be done. So that is normal and is there. So let's not create the impression, say, Obia to Abam, Obia to representing. Until once the person is there, we don't need to question. We can question as well. You see, to land on this matter, I would have to say one thing. Yemomodeng, as a people, Neyen kan who said, Nipana awodi ne kokromuti. Emma ye power no. Ne hu hie papa echen wa oti parliament ana wa we minister. The bibia be sibia no repercussion no any consequences no affecting largely the poor woman sitting in somewhere village in my Binduri or a village in somewhere Bongo is more suffering. And every day okoto ade or market or to VAT. Okoto ade no VAT it trickles down into it translates into tax paying indirectly. It affects the person. So please, we have to owe them some amount of accountability. A very necessary, Maya. So for me, on Honorable Ayerga issue, it's unfortunate to say, wait me about out, and me ama cheeky answers. When me nyabo tre, ama media no, and answer omuye, and want to print or portray the media as though a entity omu.
Okay.
Very sad.
All right, so 1760, your text message line, your thoughts on this issue about the Mahama Ayariga saga and responses to media men and Ghanaians as well. Say they will see Hundaba. But make us lucky about Father Rama and a super septic Father Rama. The other side of life is that, the police administration says it will use all powers accorded it by law to stop a planned demonstration by a group calling itself Concerned Ghanaians. The group has notified the police about its planned demonstration on March 6 to protect the insane power crisis that has hit the country. But the police insist that due to the important national assignment on March 6, the independence, it will not be distracted by the demonstration. It goes on to say that the statement said, inasmuch as police respect constitutional and fundamental human rights of every individual and group of persons regarding the holding of special events, The collective decision of any group should, however, fall in line with the Public Act 1994 Act 419, which explicitly spells out the modalities and proper conduct of any such events. There's a quotation here. As such, any attempt by any group of persons to demonstrate on a said date which is likely to jeopardize the grand celebration of the 58th anniversary of the celebration will not be countenanced. The statement concluded the police is prepared to give maximum protection and security if they decide to postpone the demonstration.
Omayene, sa particular Public Order Act, for me, with the little inclination I may walk per what the laws ought to be in a state, is problematic. It ain't in America, sir. You see, the mother of all laws in Ghana is a constitution. Now, as and when we have the constitutional provision, any organic law, as in we don't know if organic laws and statutory laws, we call them organic laws. Any conflict here, then the one that prevails is the constitution. Clearly, you say concerned citizens, omu right, say omu demonstrate and also omu right, omu demonstrate. Per the constitution, yes. So you see, for me, some of this interpretation all the time say police, yes, have to give you security. But the law is not clear as to whether to tell you, say, police can stop you from demonstration. No. The explanation is that security. But I am having a difficulty. You see, I would love lawyers to come out and then make a clarification for us whether or not a statutory law is higher than what is in the constitution or not. You see, Sif Macheba. A public event, a national event. National events are they are independent. Now they back on any higher. Esa higher too much out of this wahala administration ayeko, out of this corrupt practices ayeko, mismanagement ayeko. E could fa a dunduma yeken e buy. Now your person you on the streets e drumming home a point say a buy now what you honor no more than MY. Efa energy crisis. Obama can say or say a country that has not gotten right its energy sources, that means has no future. Oh, and our mom can say, yeah, a future, no, a bleak. Doomso na aban a high into ye tia waba, a peaceful procession.
Okay.
To talk about it, most say there be a Sif Marty Banty National Assignment Montimi, na procedure other act in the musée.
Why do you choose such a specific day? But they've given explanation. That Ghana, that day, Namoba exposed here. The reality is that
already, and we have been exposed already.
But there's no other day that we all can join and say, yeah, bread, because I love to be part of that. But for security matters, there's no other way.
Oh, security matters. Are they going to fight? They say we are going to embark on peaceful demonstration.
But who knows tomorrow?
They are going to work on civil procession. Go to inform people. Say me. High. You see the impact of demonstration, and now the objective of every demonstration is to drum home a point, send a communication piece to the people. Indeed, we keep on doing it. But what is our dissatisfaction? We have to show it on the street per the law, which is the constitution. That is what I'm saying. Is where there's a conflict, do we have the statutory law or we have the constitution prevailing? Obviously, it's the constitution that prevails. So for me, I have a difficulty in the nuances of the law in that regard. Peaceful procession, peaceful demonstration, worldwide this was Honoma, America, and other places are national assignment. White House with placards and showing to people peacefully. This is what we should emulate and allow people to do it. Now, in fact, MPP, we have come out to say on the 18th of this month, February, the entire MPP fraternity, any Ghanaians are cry with MPP. Yemra out, doomso yasen. Any wahala yako tu, any jida nusu bani no mano. Ye breno, sikana ye ni say yebedibama NHIS, and ne Volta region are threatening say, ya maternity day alternative. So one with your hospitals now, NHIS no any jumabi. The director of health services in Volta region, Enra, on maternity day alternative, say ye diomuka. bebree up to 7 months in arrears. Government you honor ye mismanagement in area. We are coming out on the 18th on this matter. So I think I share in the sentiment of the concerned Ghanaians. The law must work, and the constitution says we can demonstrate. So let's use the constitution to demonstrate.
All right. So for Mame Letitia Baini, who are Putuja Ward and Spirit Prayer Ministry, from your husband, Eddie Ray or Chow or Well and so on pay or Wajibra also Osha. Alajibat, why? Anytime there's a special day for Ghana, the people would demonstrate a case and Yoman Kuya. The excuse normally coming from the police, not necessarily under your watch, is that there be for security reasons. We cannot guarantee the safety of Moya demonstration. But here the import of Adom Moye, here say on that said day in Kibit Mamom Kwama said.
Ghana is a country of laws, and even in the animal kingdom, where stupidity is the order of the day. Omankasa, law and order, Juma Ewo. And so we are I can say citizen. Omaimba na uka say undi merasu. Na ubeye dia upe. Enun na bema say unantia ubeshwe or left any or right because only a. You see, so who opposition and now who are buying now BBAC, and because you are not happy about it, who adopt strategy who per se preventing the power opposition not to demonstrate. It will come back to haunt you. And today, the MPP, what they did was in power.
The MPP?
MPP.
Oh. So, the consensus of Ghana also
is hunting them.
MPP?
No, MPP.
No, MPP organizing on the sea of March.
In the past, Mranu Nkase ube demonstration could notify police. Maranu is open. Omu ba abayin mu no. MPP for omu wo abayin mu no. Na ebi mu Ghana for per se omu call demonstration. Omu di asem no court to prevent the sitting of this country for demonstration. The court judgment, I think under Justice Brobe also, na emasa judgment, say, who call demonstrator, who need to me say we call demonstrator apart from getting a notice to the police. One more time. They thought say omu ye a preventi obi. Say men call demonstration. That is the game. I recall in 1996, Gerald a grantee interview my really good. And one of the advisor, Omar, and said, if you are in opposition, now situation be SC. Now who take advantage of that instead of assisting government to resolve it? Who take advantage of it for capital, for political capital? Ubenya political capital. No. But that situation will come and consume you. Gerald is Sky, 96. As a small boy, now because that is my area now, me walk around. Or granted that interview. He actually gave that advice. Or more opposition, or more power, your opposition. No. You call them say almost say Debbie. Omo Yusu, okay, commander, Greater Accra regional commander. Akurfi Aseidu. Charge, okay. Now you call demonstration, wahala demonstration. You call do entrance, castle entrance. Now Papa no. Emma order. Charge. Sadanu me catch you. You say boot kura anka oba on joining chemi. So that I'm telling you, Sadanu. To the extent that he had even the audacity the infantry on radio to tell John Dramani Mahama, now the president of the Republic of Ghana, then in opposition, a member of parliament of Bwali, say, the target, you know, onu, any kwesi prat. John Dramani Mahama me kai catch and say, Masa, I am a potential interior minister. I could become an interior minister where you work under me. And you are on radio saying that I was the target, that if you had gotten me, you beat me up. He said, yes. Today, today he's the president of the Republic of Ghana with all the cohesive power of the state in his control. Commander Akrofi Asidu, oye pensioner ene, say Omampeni ye wickeder.
Omahene, you will let me respond to this, man. Sure.
So ye wickeder.
Misinformation, gross one. It's important.
So for me,
serious misinformation.
For me, they have. It is something they have sold and they are reaping.
Thank you. That is the point. I said misinformation.
It's something they have sold and
they are reaping it.
Yes.
And I will tell you that. I'll tell you why.
CJ Eko Tamale.
Oh.
Omo yusu helicopter.
Seriously, gross one.
For CJ for Eko Tamale Eko ye demonstration. They try all means to stop CJ.
Which people?
MPP for. Omo yusu helicopter. MPP. Me because MPP government. Omo yusu helicopter. Echo blow, you can say, dust. To the extent that people like Bernard Mona and co were running for their lives. That is the extent of wickedness visited on the citizens of Ghana. But me can say justifiable enough.
Let's correct this impression before the call.
Oh, Masa, who can say no miti ha? And you said they are okay. But you see, are they? Time Nana Adom don't call Akufo-Addo o call lidi kumi preku sumi preku wimi preku no Ghana for bi decide say omu ko ye counter demonstration. Sa counter demonstration resulted in the death of Ahuno Hunger. Ahuno Hunger ewu ye ya. Is it not enough lessons to us? Say who call demonstration now who need the protection of the law enforcement order no. About me a create problem. Now for me, if you are law abiding, we call police in chain. Now police catch you say, oh, these are my reasons. On the day of 6th March, you know, this is the national assignment. Yeah. And you know we have regional I can't say matches any account. So we are going to actually deploy most of our people there. And the police stations cannot also be allowed without policemen to manage it. Now we are Ghana we say unjin tuma ujijirije. And also other decent minded Ghanaians say who there be
law abiding.
Exactly. Law abiding. So for me, I think that who call demonstration now, who call tenancy, the police, reasonable grounds, you must respect it. Right. And we say police need crime, say wait must stop you. It's true, but the police can go to court and take the court order and stop you, and they have been doing that.
Omahene, I am a ya. Esa hame say, minu halidu atna hanoma. Oka sema enye ne kweda da. Never.
Only.
Let me make my point.
Call Kwesi Pratt and
1994, Omahene.
He was comforted with it.
1994, Omahene. Abayin Ben and Newa eti akonyaso. 1994 in America. 2 years of the Fourth Republican Constitution. But tell me, make a point now. Expose the ignorance I'm talking about here. The point is that 1994, and the law, which is known as the Public Order Act 491. Was enacted. MPP na debate.
You see, there is a Supreme Court judgment.
Was it MPP? Was it MPP?
There is a Supreme Court judgment.
Who kind of sections of the law now?
Justice
all canon. Okay, say yeah, so seed, and then we are reaping the seed now. It is unfortunate. The law in the first place was brought by them because of their evil acts that they knew. Because after I will tell you why. I will tell you why. The law was brought by them because of their evil intent.
Evil intent.
Absolutely. Let me tell you. What kind of constitution am I catching? Clearly ended the matter of the laws. And my fahude bia, the bit my demonstration, freedom of speech, the fundamental human rights. From chapter 5 coming down, you get to know your fundamental human rights clearly. Because of that, they went around it to say no, if we don't bring a public order act, people are going to use this law and our government is not going to be okay. No wonder they try to bring public order act and try to stand on it to stop the Kube demonstration. I don't know, and then Otehan will say MP before and this our law, but this is gross misinformation out there. That end is a false. I am telling you,
court judgment.
Wait a minute, let's go on.
I'm going on.
Section 1,
court judgment, Supreme Court judgment, and yes, Public Order Act. I'm
not misrepresenting you. You spoke to me. You said the law. Supreme Court judgment now was premised on which law? It was premised on the Public Order Act.
And a certain
and the originator of the law, no. Let me tell you one thing about the judges. Almost Jumani said they side the law or they go with the law. And they become impartial to the parties. That is what we call law court or a Charles argument. And to Otahanum, that you want to chastise the judge. To the extent said you want to tell us that once we were in government and the judge who gave the judgment, therefore it was MPP judgment. That was pathetic.
But you have declared because very of their pathetic. Evil intent.
No,
what's the justification for that?
Justification, before a law is drafted, it emanates from the Attorney General's department, who is under the executive. Now, after drafting of that particular document, it moves to Parliament. Is that not right? The Parliament then enacts it. There was structure in now from 4 Republican majority always carry the day.
It goes through the legal committee.
Majority carries the day.
For the legal committee to then.
Okay, so majority carries the day.
So if majority carries the day and the law has been enacted, to a very large extent, you can tell where I'm coming from. Who has instigated or induced this law to be in place.
So all laws carried out by the majority carrying the day are sometimes mischievous and with evil intent.
I am saying, sir, we have a room. You have a room that will allow you to push whatever you want to push.
So Ropa is a clear example.
And the judge, once is the law, then the judge, of course, all passing the judgment. Catch and say, judge, MPP want to pass the judgment. This is skewed. And it's myopic. Let's be very honest to ourselves. You see, we want to be truthful to Ghanaians and to set the facts well. And first of all, and your MPP in this law on the buy. Secondly, the judge he sided with the law and went ahead. Therefore, to make arguments say MPP, it is not the
so it's the same law that is working.
Yet your mind conference, just press conference under the law license. NDC come. Who are you to hold press conference and talk against the government? Criminal libel law will come after you immediately. You buy it until 2001, and they can say, no, we would have to take it out to get the freedom of speech. And then, MPP, media, FM media, pay the law, go free. Then MPP, and this when they pay Ghana.
Okay, I'll have a quick one, and then we have
conferences.
But maybe from John Mensa Sapono or US of A, you are wishing your friend Alpha, who is celebrating his father's 1 week celebration in the Fijasi in Ashanti region from John Mensa. And Alpha from John Mensa, Papa 1 week in the Fijasi, or Tawachi, Nemo, quite unfortunate, or United States of America.
Now,
on this issue,
press conference, press conference, I see or MPP headquarters. Now, any contempt
zero discussion.
No, press conference will be a stop. Some press conference, we
are talking of the disinformation. press conference.
Baby on free bano. Alaji baby on free. What is happening there? What is happening there?
Press conference. Omu ko stop here no. Omu general secretary no omu chama. Omu ko aban na eko e.
Okay, so we are just about wrapping up. Joining the conversation 0302-211-701 up to 4. 0301-211-701 up to 4. And Chakosia Safwa Kenti Pobetrase. Now on the FISM at Wasama. Beka and Common Bravo Frey on 0302-211-701 up to 4. Now intermediate. But we are wrapping up on this issue where the Chief Executive Officer of Dalex Finance and Leasing Company, Kenneth Kwamena Thompson, has predicted doom for the country's economy in 2015. We are heading, that's the quotation, we are heading for a crash as a country. It's a very heartbreaking, serious thing.
I agree with him vehemently. Unim, the deity of my Mississippi, the deficit,
Okay, Akwasi, good morning. Upon to say, Akwasi, all right, Akwasi, quickly go.
The deficit, budget allocations are the presidency. Say Omufanya Juma, Omu was a leading example. Omuka say Onkosala Omukra, Omusala Moment 10%. No, Sasi can cry the mom, Omudi in us for Palmas and first account.
Inusa, good morning. Upon to say,
yeah, upon ye, Boko.
Quickly, Inusa, it's you.
You know, me bra Kamal bin Abdallah, any Volga Atlantic base, ye Chiano. And Juma Papa or Yema, the Great Party, NPP. Oh, yen set a record mystery. Oh, near Kamal Katre, Yebra Aliduno. Yeah, there, Omunina, almost be the same region. On Alidu, what you hope. Or like Sena or Cow or
Mefri Upper East too. And you know the original Mefri. Okay.
Because I would say NDC or propaganda no omo de ato omo so. Tempia Semba, omo can send street.
Okay. Okay. Atlantic base where the money was Abdullah Malik. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Ami.
With you every day do with you.
Me chiami di pa alaji.
Me Jesu.
Pata, you were gonna Yehudi akwane di abawo. Gbogbo we umbetina omude bibia omonenim enti before ye wo ha Yehudi na ekoso ena sisi aso Yehudi akọ omo chore ya omo bibia na se personal attack ono emboa o pade bibi wo ha ni kwa se ye dia manisem.
Okay,
we ya politics ayeyi.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Okay, yeah, that's it. Abu, assalamu alaikum. It's strange you said it. Incredible for you. Ada mum nyano. Namo yo sala mute. Namo sala mute.
Solidarity.
Abu yetiu.
Good morning. Good morning to your panel.
Good morning.
Yes, this is Abu calling from Bird Atlantic.
Okay. Hey.
We are getting you in your station. You are doing a good work for this country. You see, this have a problem, and they refuse to learn. So they thought that anytime that you come to radio station or television station to learn Ghanaians, and everybody see what is happening in this country, and everybody is seeing, everybody is hearing what is happening in this country. So if they keep on doing that, the judgment is coming to 2016 because anything that they are making is covered. I'm begging you to come to Upper East.
Okay.
To see what is happening.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. We are Upper East. Mo kwani ye.
Upper East. Na oko Upper East. Ono em oko yache. Me de bia me da ho.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But one penny call.
Okay. Okay. Make your last word, but Bob, good morning. I'm to say. Hello. Yes, sir.
Hello, my name.
Yes, but yeah, Patronment, you Casane and Betia.
Your mind, I can't better make an say. And before the Ghana how. Yes, you come up with the allergies.
before you come up with you, my abroad.
Sikari, say yes, Peno, Chilewa, you know, buy an MPP for Zikoma with this. Can you be the way? Come in here. Sikari be the way.
Next year, I from place, on the only Peter. A question for you, brain. And on that, I don't go far as I'm here at Timago. What is it?
Anyway, Mintia says there substantiate. Okay, that's it. Oh, concerns are from place challenges, and that is true. Even now, from place we try in court one of the villages, Don't cook room so. Final call of fair. I hope to say.
Yeah,
okay, offer only you. Yes, that's it. All right, offer it you.
Yeah, my mama, I call him program. No,
I just that's it.
Wait, pass. Independent demonstration, you know. Nameka found it can say, bro, another bad intention. Other than independent, they move where demonstration.
Okay. All right, Yati. Okay, Mr. Fair, I see Mr. Fair. Okay. Okay, that's it. Joe Kosa or Bayport. Financial services. Okay, so Joe, go on in. Also, Ajibra Oshe, Bayport, unique. Well, Alaji, probably the most daring aspect would be whether you have an assurance for us, as it's been described by a serious person, that we are heading towards.
We're nose diving.
Yes.
Okay, first paragraph, Anka Uka to Aswa. We say, when one can say your potential.
Okay, let me go on.
No, just listen to him.
Let me go on.
Okay,
we spend 43% of our income paying public servants who are less than 10% of our population. And as we continue to spend over 70% of our revenue servicing debt on single spine salary strategy, exclaiming that Ghana is broke. Government meeting of November 24th. Anyone who regularly spends more than his income is broke. Yes. And that's what he's talking about.
No, there's a place where he's talking about there's potential to improve.
He stated again that revealed that even though the IMF bailout deal will be signed this quarter, the bailout money will be delayed due to the government missing its targets set in front-loaded IMF conditions. The IMF will not accept any figures. We have made missing budget targets and national act form in recent years.
Nothing like that.
Okay. No. Any assurance? Any assurance? Because the president who better talk Ghana for
we false alarm or raise it.
Okay. All right.
But you have the right to raise it, and I'm sure
the finance minister very grateful. You do what you constituency. Okay, Nasara. It's more fortification, more vim. And then Atlantic base for power. Okay, we don't mind Monday chair. We're here, but just be careful of how you go about your weekend. Bye-bye.